There's so many places to unpack this game, but I think the first one has to be with the young quarterback. The narrative had been he can't do this in the playoffs. What is the narrative now?
He did that. That's what the narrative is. The narrative is he went out and he won the game his way. That it wasn't this virtuoso passing performance where he worked outside of the numbers and we saw things from Lamar Jackson that we had never seen. Nah, we saw exactly who he was. We saw that you need to get 45 yards. You don't have to throw it down the field 45 yards. Just give him a crease and he'll make it happen. That when you're trying to salt away the game, that there's no runner in the game that's more feared than Lamar Jackson. And John Harbaugh said something to me that I didn't really catch yesterday that I just heard again. He said, you know, I gave a game ball to Lamar Jackson and everybody having his back. Think about the first time when John Harbaugh had to walk out on the field by himself and nobody had his back. And subsequently, the Tennessee Titans come out and rush for 133 yards with Derrick Henry, and he seals the game with a great run in overtime. Guess what? They had his back this time. Guess what? Instead of letting John Harbaugh go out to the middle of the field or to the logo by himself, they went and got that 15-yard penalty. This team played with a different mindset yesterday. This team played like it was personal. It was personal because it was the Tennessee Titans. It was personal because it was Derrick Henry. But it was personal because they felt disrespected. Their quarterback had been disrespected. And Greg Roman said, you know what? We're going to believe in you, Lamar. We aren't going to panic. We aren't going to ask you to change down 10. We are going to let you do what you do, and the rest of us will have your back. This was a monumental win for the Baltimore Ravens, for their quarterback, and now it's time to just go play football, and this team has a chance to advance.
Yeah, they're going to Buffalo next weekend. And Rex, you were telling us before the show that this was a team that saw what it needed, a move it needed to make during the offseason, and that may be the reason why Derrick Henry ran for 40 yards.
Yeah,
yesterday.
absolutely. And that's why, I mean, some moves that are made in the offseason we don't really, focus on, or we don't see the vision for it. Eric DeCosta, who replaced the legend Ozzie Newsome, he gets it. Calais Campbell, he goes out. Well, I'll be dang if we're going to get bullied again, because they got bullied the last time these two teams played. Now, Wink, what do you need? I need a big man in the middle. Well, guess what? I got Calais Campbell and Brandon Williams, by the way. You don't think that made a difference? How many times does he hit at the line of scrimmage? Right, almost every single time at the line of scrimmage. The longest gain was 8 yards. It was a complete butt whipping from jump. Why? Because of the move Eric DeCosta made. Get Calais Campbell in there. Brandon Williams is healthy. And you know what? You ain't going to bully nobody, my friend. Baltimore Ravens don't get bullied. And that was when we had that discussion. And I told you guys when they needed to win 5 in a row, watch out for the Baltimore Ravens, and they could go all the way. We're going to find out.
There's so many different places to take this game, Dan, but for you, what was it about? You got the defense, you got the quarterback, so many different places to look. What was this win about as far as you're concerned?
This game's about Lamar Jackson. I mean, this game's about Lamar Jackson. This game's about a young quarterback that shut up a lot of lazy haters. A lot of people that said Lamar Jackson can't win in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson can't win without the lead. He can't win unless he gets to play on his terms. These two plays win the game, 3rd and 9, end of the first quarter. They get blitzed. The blitz wins. No one's open. Scramble, make the play to Mark Andrews. 3rd and 9 again. You're going to get, again, this is the blitz. That blitz wins. He gets home. Doesn't matter. I say it all the time. Do you go above the X's and O's? Lamar Jackson did that. This scramble, this is a good call by the defense. Look at the safety spying him. Doesn't matter. Byard, you're a great player. Not great enough on that play. Those two plays win the game. Without those two plays, Baltimore loses. I love it. Their defense was remarkable. Without these two plays, they go home losers yesterday. And it wasn't because Greg Roman dialed up a great scheme. It wasn't because they outsmarted the defense. It was about Lamar Jackson being the best player on the field. It was about Lamar Jackson going, no, it doesn't matter. I'm better than you. And the conversation that we've had about Lamar, or that some people that have had about Lamar, was he can't. And there's been some people who have thought he could. Rex, you're one of them, thought he could. There's a difference between knowing and thinking. He now knows. He now knows he can do it. His team now knows. His coaching staff now knows he can do it. Baltimore Ravens defense was incredible yesterday. Yesterday's game's about Lamar Jackson winning on the big stage in adversity.
There's so much more to be said about this game, as we will. We also have to get into some coaching decisions that were made on the other side of it that went a long way towards deciding it. But at the end of the day, that seems like the right place to start. The narrative had been about all the things Lamar Jackson hadn't done. That narrative is now dead forever. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.